Welcome to Arasta of the Endless Web. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got, we'll keep on this one. Got Vernal Bloom. We've got a lot of ramp. We just don't have a lot of card draw. Yeah, we'll keep on this one. We'll make this work. All right, there we go. We'll keep on this one. Yeah, man, Skyshot Claim. That is a wonderful option. And the fact that we have Myriad Landscape too. We can make this work. But yes, welcome to some Arasta. I hope you're excited for some spiders, some mono green control. Let's see what we draw to. Draw into another forest. Let's go and lead off with forest. And actually with Myriad Landscape. I think that'd be good. We'll just have that come into play tapped, and then we will pass the turn to our opponent. So we're playing Arasta of the Endless Web. I do apologize if that is incorrect, but that's how it's going to be for the video. So Reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with Reach. So let's have Forest enter the battlefield. Let's cast Life from the Loam on an empty graveyard. I'm just going to click OK at this point right now, and then pass the turn over to our opponent. So playing against Arcades, the strategist, Flying and Vigilance. Whenever a creature with Defender enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Then each creature you control with Defender assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power and can attack as though it did not have Defender. So let's see what we rip in. Yeah, we're not really digging Life from the Loam right now. We don't have a lot of good action. Maze of Ith, okay. That will end up helping out at some point. So we do have Myriad Landscape. Search for 2 basics, put them on the battlefield. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else that we're really wanting to do right now. So let's go for Myriad Landscape. Going to grab ourselves this forest and then this forest, have both of those enter the battlefield. There we go. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So next turn, we're going to be able to go for Skyshroud Claim. That's going to be 3 lands, potentially next turn that we can end up going for. If we end up going for Vernal Bloom, that's going to give us a little bit of extra. Now, Vernal Bloom will work towards that breeding pool over there, but we're going to be able to take advantage of it a little bit quicker than our opponent can. So we'll see exactly how we want to assemble this. But at least with Gurk Wildspeaker, if we can get those going, we do have Maze of Ith, which will allow us to stop something from swinging in, either Arcades or one of the Sylvans. But if we can have Rasta down, that actually will end up working out a little bit better because we can go for the... yeah, we can go for the Reach block. I think I kind of like that. All right, so we're not going to go for Life in the Loam. That's going to be Green Sun's... Ooh, Green Sun Zenith. That is exactly kind of what we're wanting to see. So we have Forest come down. That's going to be Skyshroud Claim for 2. Yeah, actually, I think the better bet, honestly, is going for... We should have sequences with Maze of Ith, but now that I think about it, I really kind of like going for a rat. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. We could try to Dryad Arbor or Green Sun Zenith, but I think we're just going to... Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just go and pass the turn. Because that's going to be the land drop. That's going to be 3 lands that we would have had with Skyshroud Claim. And then next turn, we can go for some more ramp action. And then we'll use this Maze of Ith as a way to kind of stop any extra attacks from our opponent. We'll decide exactly what we end up grabbing with Green Sun Zenith. We don't have a ton of beater creatures in here. Typically, Green Sun Zenith is going to be grabbing, something like Crater Hoof or something like that. A lot of the creatures in here are just value creatures. Now, if we want to, we could actually Green Sun Zenith for Tireless Tracker. That's going to be a ton of card draw, so we might end up doing that. I think that'd be a pretty good option. But let's see if our opponent's got... It looks like they're just going to be going through a bunch of walls, but eventually they'll have an instant or sorcery. And my goodness, look at that. That is... And that's what makes Arcades so good, is the fact that you can just, do your normal game plan and then get Wall of Frost to just get a ton of action like that. All right, so that's going to be Horizon Spellbomb. Search your library for a basic, put on the battlefield. Okay, so we're not going to see anybody swing in. At least we're going to be able to stop that from happening. Maze of Ith will make a difference in this particular matchup. So let's see exactly what we rip into. But I think Green Sun Zenith for Tireless Tracker. Our opponent goes, here comes the Wall Army. Yeah, that is exactly right. Not going to go for Life on the Loam, and then we hit Tranquil Thicket. Okay, so Green Sun Zenith. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's going to be the better bet. Yeah, I think I do. I like going Green Sun Zenith. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. X is going to be 3. That's going to allow us to still make the land drop with Maze of Ith. Yeah, let's get this popped out. And I guess technically we have an enchantment. We could grab an Enchantress piece, but I just really think our best bet going forward is making sure that... well, if we have Vernal Bloom come down, that's going to give us extra mana, and we can cash in some card draw. Yeah, I think that's going to be better if we just grab Champion. Let's do that. So we're going to have Champion into the battlefield. Let's end up going for Maze of Ith That's going to be the land drop for the turn, and then let's just go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we at least have Vernal Bloom for next turn. That's going to allow us to get that down, tap down for some extra mana. We do have the option to cycle Tranquil Thicket, and then we can bring that back with Life on the Loam if we want to. But at this point right now, what we're really trying to do is just establish some sort of card advantage. And so hopefully if we can just rip into a few more enchantments, that's another thing that we are trying to do with this particular commander, is we have a lot of enchantments in here. You know, one of the ways that we're trying to fuel the card draw engine is by having a lot of our Enchantress pieces. And the fact that we've got a brand new Enchantress piece that like buffs up and gives you card draw, oh, that is some good magic. So at this point right now, we do have, yeah, so we have Wall of Frost is pretty much going to be the Maze of Ith option that we're going to be blocking because that's a lot more manageable. Next turn, Thing in the Ice. Okay, Thing in the Ice is not that bad. Now, if they get those counters going, that might be an issue. But at least we do have Maze of Ith on Wall of Frost. And look at our opponent's just getting off to a beautiful start. But yeah, but one thing that we definitely want to do is we're probably going to cycle Tranquil Thicket, and that will allow us to hopefully maybe try to set up a Gurk Primal Hunter. So, and the other thing about Arcades, if you haven't built Arcades, it is going all in on, you know, walls and stuff like that. But when you have it, my goodness, it is just insanely good. All right, opponent's going to go for Thing in the Ice. Let's go and cycle a Tranquil Thicket and see what we draw into. Don't think we want to go Life from the Loam at this point. All right, Changer's Presence. Okay, that actually does end up working out because whenever it enters the battlefield, we get that card draw. We get that double card draw, which is very important. So our commander's going to go back to the command zone right now. Gonna miss out on that reach option. Let's get her pop back up. And our opponent goes Walls versus Enchantments. You know, this is feels like an old school game of Magic. I'm digging it. All right, so we got Wall of Frost, Wall of Omen swinging in. Let's go ahead and go Maze of Ith on Wall of Frost. That way we can send them back. Get out of here, Wall of Frost. And just things that you just wouldn't think would be said. It's just, yeah, we're gonna Maze of Ith on Wall of Frost. I don't know. That's what makes Magic fun sometimes. You never would have gone for that. Okay, so let's see what we draw into. Let's not going to cash in that Life from the Loam just yet. And actually, Second Harvest does work out really well. So we end up going for Vernal Bloom. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because we want to set that up either way. So let's go Vernal Bloom. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can tap down for, yeah, we're going to get an additional +1 counter and cash in a card draw. Let's do that. Don't want to go for Life from the Loam just yet. Tornado. Okay. Okay, we can get some stuff off of that. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. And I hope we're not, I don't think we're dead. We've got Maze of Ith that will help out. And we do have a reach token. All right, so we're going to have Changer's Presence come down. And if we can rip into another enchantment, not going to dredge Life from the Loam. Destiny Spinner, which we can't go for. It would be an enchantment. Oh, that would be nice. But unfortunately, that's Maze of Ith. Okay. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. So we do have a reach token. We got Maze of Ith. So we are looking at potentially 10. And then that's going to be 18 coming across. So we might have some blocks that we need to end up going for. We did draw into Tornado. Cumulative Upkeep green, pay 3 life, destroy target permanent, put a velocity counter. So at least we can Tornado Arcades, but that may not be our best bet at this point, right? Ooh. Okay, it's going to be Torrential Gear Hulk on Swords to Plowshare. Now, the good thing about this is we still have Enchantress card draw piece. And if they go for Swords to Plowshare, we're going to gain life equal to its power. So that 3 life gain kind of does make a difference in this particular scenario. So that's going to be Champion coming back. We've still got Maze of Ith. And then they're getting really close to that Thing in the Ice flipping. And so, yeah, we'll see what we can end up doing. But we'll definitely go for Maze of Ith on Wall of Frost. Because that's going to be 8, that's going to be 12, that's going to be 15, and that's going to be 18 with Arcades. Yeah, I think we do need to block on Fortified Rampart. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. Just going for Second Harvest, just one creature, doesn't really sound that good. All right, so we're going to block on Fortified. We do need a Fog effect. That would really work out. If we can rip into, what is it? If we can rip into Constant Mist. That's pretty much what we're looking for at this point right now. Constant Mist will allow us to kind of draw the game out. So let's see what can happen. And crazier things, not going to dredge Life from the Loam. And that's going to be a 4. So I don't think there's anything that we can do. We can generate a ton of mana. So let's have the forest enter the battlefield. So this is gonna be Vernal Bloom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So really our only creature right now is our commander. Yeah, let's get our commander down. We're gonna cash an additional because right now we're just trying to draw something. We're trying, yes, don't want to dredge life from the loam. And wild growth, okay. It's okay. Wild growth. Let's go Gurk Primal Hunter. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for the -3. We're gonna be able to draw 3 cards. Not gonna dredge life alone. We're just looking for a fog effect. That definitely doesn't do it. Oh, and then we rip into Crater Hoof. Okay. That's gonna be 1, 2, 3. If we can survive until next turn, which I don't think we can, we're gonna change. Yeah, because now that we've gone below Maze of Ith, we're not gonna go Life from the Loam. That's gonna be Soul Ring. We can use that last little mana with Soul Ring. But yeah, I think our opponent's gonna get it on this one. Let's go Soul Ring with that last little bit. We got really close. Even if we end up going Squall Line, Squall Line deals damage to us too, and so a little bit of a bummer, but they're going to get it. Our opponent goes, the walls have come for you. Yes, yes, they have. Opponent's going to be able to get it on this one. Good game. If we run into Constant Mist, then we have a chance to kind of grind it out from there because that's going to be Life from the Loam. We sacrifice a land drop. Eventually, we're going to find an extra land drop creature. Then it's just going to get to the points where it's going to be hard for them to do anything. But unfortunately, that did happen. And then things like Tornado, this really does work out in a deck like this where if we're trying to sit back and we have some really good life total, we can do something with Tornado. But unfortunately, once we got hit down pretty low with Arcades, and to be perfectly honest, mono green versus Arcades is very hard. You know, there's a lot of times where we don't have the spot removal for Arcades. The fact that your opponent's going to be able to just do what they want, basically get a 2-for-1 for every single creature that enters the battlefield and swing in for huge chunks of damage. You know, there's a lot of times where even though Arcades is banned and it's just a defender deck, there's just a lot of times where they can take over the game. It's just absolutely wild. But you can see kind of what the game plan we're going for with the Arasta. It's just, you know, different little things, you know, incorporating that Enchantress card draw option that really does help you get a lot of your good stuff going. You know, if let's say your opponent is casting a lot of instant or sorceries, you do have a control deck. Yeah, it's just it's something else, you know. It's definitely a work in progress. I don't really want to go mono green control Eldrazi, and so this is just kind of seeing where it kind of takes us. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to Kroxa, Titan of Death Hunger. That was right. Totally not right. As far as our opening hand goes, we've got no lands, so let's go and mulligan. That doesn't sound that fun, and we've got Ancient Tomb, and we'll keep on this one. That looks very nice. So what we want to put on the bottom, I think Blazing Spectre. Blazing Spectre is nice, but we want to get to Inferno Titan and Vraska's Contempt as quickly as possible, and I want to make sure we're making some land drops. So we're going to keep on this one, and then anything else. Opponents on the play, we're going to let them get this game started. But yes, welcome to some Kroxa and Urza. Hope you're excited for some, I don't know what kind of matchup this would be, but it should be fun. I was trying to think of something on the spot, and I was like, I don't know what I'm about to say. Let's grab, I think, let's just go Prismatic Vista. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's crack Prismatic Vista, and we're gonna grab ourselves a. This deck leans more swamp or more black, so we'll grab a swamp and then anything else. Pass the turn to our opponent. We're playing Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. Whenever Kroxa enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Then, whenever Kroxa enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life. They lose 3 lives. You've got too many. Sorry. Escape for 4 mana. Playing against Urza, Lord High Artificer. Whenever Urza enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 colorless construct token. With this creature, gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. Then tap an untap artifact you control. My goodness, what's going on? Tap an untap artifact you control, add blue mana to your mana pool. Then for a 5 mana colorless activation, shuffle your library, exile the top card. Till end of turn, you may play it without paying its mana cost. So There we go. Let's have a land enter the battlefield. I think we'll just have Blood Crypt come into play tapped. That'll work out. And then anything else, pass the turn over to our opponent. So we need to cover both commanders. Give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to head over to Kroxa and play around in his belly, there's a playground set up in there. So take your family. Your kids will love it. Just imagine how fun that would be to be in there as he runs around and smoke comes out of him. Your kids will love it. So head over to MTGOTraders. Also, let's give a quick shout out to inkgaming.com/jolt. If you want to treat yourself with a playmat or a dice bag, head on over there. I don't think the coupon code is what they do now. So you just basically have to inkgaming.com/jolt, and that'll help the channel out at the same time. And last but not least, I started a Patreon. So if you'd like to contribute to the Patreon, there's a link down in the description below. Get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits if you want to help support the cool content like this, or if you can get your hands on some of those tokens. Make sure that you're patron by Patreon. You'll be automatically entered into the giveaway. All right, and our opponent goes for Emery activation, choosing Arcane Signet, bringing it back to their hand. So let me make sure, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast it this turn. So yes, they did end up putting that. I did build Atris, kind of a Tezzeret build, if you're surprised. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but let's see. Our opponent looks like they're paused for a second, so I'm going to let them cycle through their turn. I don't really think they're trying to figure something out. They may have just gone away from computer. Okay, now it looks like they are back. They lost connection to the game, but they've made a land drop, so we know that they... Nope. Hey, opponent goes, so sorry. Nope, no problem. That happens. Connection errors happen when you're playing Magic Online. So, but yeah, as far as the deck goes, I'm really excited about Kroxa. This is, I didn't really know where to take it. I didn't want to build. And also, if I splice some videos together and you've already heard this story or the explanation of Kroxa, I do apologize. But when we're recording with the commander, like, I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a good game, a short game, good game for our opponent, good game for us. So, long story short, if there's some overlapping commentary, that is why, because I never know what's going to make the cut. So, and I always like to explain stuff if I can. So as far as this Kroxa build, I didn't really want to go heavy discard because, I mean, that could work out with Kroxa, but it's just, it's not really that fun to play with against in 1v1 Commander. And so with Kroxa, what we're trying to do is basically just kind of building this Rakdos mid-range deck. You know, we're going to have Kroxa enter the battlefield early game, and then what we can do is basically, actually, with them being at 3 life, we might end up going for, ooh, we hit Arcane Signet. Let's do that. So let's have Mountain come down. Yeah, with them having 3 cards left in the hand, I kind of like that. So let's go Arcane Signet, and do we want to dump Kroxa into the graveyard? We're looking at being able to go for 4 again. I think since we don't really have any sort of card advantage or anything like that, we're going to have Force of Will coming down. Exiling Mystical Tutor, so that'll get it. Anything else, let's go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. So hopefully we can go Kroxa and get rid of that last little card in their hand. They are set up pretty nice for going for Urza. I mean, that's going to give them some really nice card advantage, or at least some really good nice mana, but if we can attack their hand with Kroxa, we're certainly going to try to go for that. At the very least, we've got Vraska's Contempt on Urza if we want to deal with that, so... But yeah, for the most part, it's just kind of a Rakdos mid-range deck. We've got all the good removal spells in here. We've got some really good planeswalkers. We've got some wonderful mid-range threats that allow us to kind of attack our opponent's hand early game and then basically just kind of get down these threats, like Clackbridge Troll. You know, it's one of those that it's an 8/8 trample haste. I mean, and... Okay, so let's see what happens. So we still end up having 4 lands. We got hit with a Windfall. So we've got Ambition's Cost that we can go for. We do have Rakdos Charm, which is going to be a very good option for us. Sacrifice permanent, you gain a life. That's going to be Arcane Signet. So at this point, they're going to be able to recast Bauble out of the graveyard. We'll see kind of what we end up going for. We could try to go for Golden Knight Castigator, but we'll see what we rip into. All right, so we draw into Sad Robot. Let's have Mountain come down. I think at this point, if we want to try to get it home mana, we can go for Kroxa. And we're actually set up really nice for Kroxa to... Yeah, I think we might end up doing that because if we end up going for the thing about with Rakdos Charm, if we destroy one of their artifacts, they're just gonna be able to recast it with Emery. So we almost need to kind of find a board wipe. I think that's going to be the better option. So let's just end up going for Ambition's Cost. You know, if they don't hit that Windfall, then we probably end up going Kroxa. But we're gonna just cash in some straight card advantage to see if we can. Oh, there we go. Run into Damnation. That's pretty much exactly what we wanted to see. So anything else? Let's go and pass the turn over to our opponent. But yeah, as far as the deck, just kind of mid-rangey, which makes it a lot of fun. You know, we've got some cool options in here. There are a lot of mana rocks in here, and so something like Herald the Anguish actually really does work out because we have that improvise ability, and at the same time, we can force them to discard a card at their end step, or if we just want to go to the late game and start just kind of making our opponent's board state just kind of very troublesome for them, we have that option of sacrificing artifacts because, you know, greatness at any cost. And our opponent got down Paradox Engine. So here comes story time. So Paradox Engine is not banned in 1v1 Commander. And so you do see it. For some reason, it's not. I don't know why. Magic Online, I don't know if they update 1v1 format anymore. And so that's why we see Paradox Engine. So at this point right now, what we'll probably end up doing is if they go through about 4 or 5 more spells, I'm going to go ahead and scoop it up because I try to have my videos be as close to the real life experience you can have at a local gaming store. And when you take Paradox Engine, it's kind of like, it's like if a stormtrooper showed up in Game of Thrones. It's just kind of like, okay, yeah, it just kind of takes you out of it. So let's see what they're going to end up going for. But if they get a few more untaps, then we will say, hey, good game. You've got the value win. Okay, yeah, so we're just going to go and scoop it up on this one. They're going to have the value in. Like I mentioned, I'm not scooping because I'm salty. It's just, I very much like for you to be able to view my videos and have it correlate to your local gaming store experience or at least Magic Online experience. And so it just kind of, to me, it just doesn't make for a complete Commander game. So good game to our opponent. They're going to have the lock on this one with Transmute Artifact, whatever they're going to grab. They're just basically going to be able to kind of combo off from there. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.